Really proud of our guys. I thought we had a good practice yesterday that led into the shoot around today and the game. Just proud of the guys. I thought we, for most of the game, we played the right way. I thought we really shared the basketball today, really attacked and really shared the ball. The ball was hot today, and I thought we got a lot of inside-outside opportunities, a lot of opportunities at the rim. These guys were making really good plays with their eyes up. So I thought we set the tone of the game with our defense in the full court to the half court, and I thought that got us going. So just really, really proud. We've been through a tough stretch, and to get where you want to go and try to get to where we're, you got to go through struggles, and we had a long struggle, and just really proud of our approach today. Thought our older guys led the way.
Mike, you mentioned those struggles. Second halves were a big point of your struggles for a lot of those games. What was different tonight that allowed you to close this out with a big lead?
I didn't think we turned the ball over, John. We had two bad turnovers that led to layups, but I thought we had a good flow to our offense today of making good decisions and really sharing the ball. And we have guys that can shoot it and getting inside, outside, and one more's easy open shots. I thought we had good penetration today and making good decisions off of that. So I thought that had a lot to do with our success today.
Coach, you guys put up 89 points today, most you've put up against a Power 4 team, and you're at 79.8 points per game. What are you seeing from your offense that's working so well?
Well, I thought we scored in transition today. I thought our defense early in the game got us some offense. I thought in transition we did a good job of scoring. I thought today we finished at the rim better than we have in a long, long time. I think at halftime we had like 26 points, 28 points in the paint. I thought we did a good job of setting the tone of getting downhill and finishing. Thought we dropped it off to Yannick and some other guys. That gets you going. Get some easy ones, score around the rim, gets you going. They have to collapse even more, and then that's where we got some inside-outside threes. The biggest thing today, we shared the ball, and I thought that kickstarted a lot of stuff.
Mike, Yannick got a lot of touches early. How vital is that for him, for you? And then you look at Morgan picking up the early fouls, that kind of opened things up, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, we want to establish inside, outside all the time, and sometimes it's by how hard we drive and finishing like today, but also another way to get the ball inside, playing inside out is Yannick, because he is a good passer too. He's not a black hole where it doesn't come out, and he had a couple times where he kicked it out and got it going, but I thought he did a really good job following the scouting report of how we wanted to get him the ball and where. He did a good job of that, and the guys did a good job getting him the ball. And when it becomes a vertical game for him, that's to our advantage, but he did a great job sealing and being strong with it.
Coach, you mentioned the thin roster and not being able to press as much. Still with a thin roster today, how were you able to use the press early in the first half to build that lead?
Yeah, I wanted to get these guys going. I mean, with the last, it's longer than 6 weeks, but we had to find different ways to get going here and create some juice, and I thought the press did that. I thought Freddie's defense today on the ball and pressure in full court and even in half court was huge. I said that was number one on the list today of, Freddie, if you do this, we will get off to a great start, and he did it. I was really, really proud of him. His on-ball pressure when he's locked in is a weapon for us. It helps us.
Mike, how important was it to have Keaton here today and witness a win like this? And also, what have those conversations kind of been like with him and recruits over the past 2 months?
Well, recruits no different than they are any other time. So it's great to have him here and his family. They're just a fun family to be around. I told them they have to drive to Minnesota with us on Saturday because they're 1-0, so it's a long. They better leave now. But no. I mean, look, I understand the question, but nothing changes. It's full on forward. It's all about moving forward, and I know he likes seeing all the ball screens we set and handoffs we set and pressuring the ball and the pressing. A lot of guys like that, but when it comes to recruiting, I'm not making any excuses. You got to go through a bunch of stuff, and we went through. You struggle, you go through it. You don't hide from it. I don't hide from that when I talk to recruits and their parents and coaches. And not good enough. Sometimes other teams better. We got to get better. But when you recruit really hard in the right way and you build relationships, people are going to see beyond just always the score too of what you're trying to do.
Mike, you started Freddie and DeMarco together tonight for the first time this season. Just what went into that decision? How do you think?
Yeah, I thought DeMarco was playing well, and we just wanted to have another handler out there. I'll be honest with you, Nick gives us sometimes more coming off the bench. I thought Nick played great today. 2 days ago, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. He was limping around for 2 days. You saw that a little bit today, but I thought he played a great game, and I thought he played with such a clear mind and on both ends of the court. So, it worked today. It could be different depending on matchups or how teams may match up with us, but I thought everybody handled that the right way.
Travis.
Mike, you said at the beginning of this that you thought you guys had a pretty good practice the other day. I'm just curious, during a stretch like this, what does a good practice look like, and how do you kind of know that the energy's changing? How do you sense
Yeah,
that?
you can't practice long, and because we're banged up a little bit, and this time of the year, you don't have to practice long, but hey, you gotta. We went back to some old school drills, and sort of to sharpen our sword and go back to the fundamental part of closing out and guarding the ball and rotating and helping each other, and then some of it was just passing and pivoting against pressure, and they do that. Yeah, sometimes you gotta go backwards to go forward. So some of it was that we played a little bit more, getting up and down and all that stuff, just to sort of try to get the weight off their shoulders and just go play. So I got to make sure these guys are fresh, their minds and bodies are fresh for the next one. But I was really proud of how they handled it. I thought that helped.
2 more, Nate, then Daniel.
Mike, you talk about the ball getting hot.
Yes.
What's the difference? How do you unlock that?
Well, I think sometimes when you have adversity, I got to do this, and you lose seeing the game, and you take an extra dribble, or you hold it a little bit longer, or you force something that's not there instead of saying, "Hey, he's open, let him go," and then he goes to work and makes the right play. Sometimes it's just that right there, playing with a clearer mind, and you play with a clearer mind, that ball gets moving. Nobody cares who gets the credit, or nobody's like, I got to make a play for us. And I just thought for a stretch, we were just playing with so much pressure on us. You could see it, and when it doesn't go well, and you got to work through that. And some guys are better than others with it, and they think their being in life is being a basketball player, and when it's not going well, I'm a failure. I'm not doing it right, and it's harder. It gets harder. I thought today we played with more freedom and more spirit, and you saw that today. And I think a lot of that has to do when that ball's hot and that ball's moving, and guys gave up a good shot to give a teammate a great shot. I was really proud of them for that. Proud of them. And it's like it is unlocking it. You're right.
Daniel.
We have the students here. All right, 2 questions.
After Daniel.
Oh, sorry, Daniel.
Mike, when we talked to Zach earlier this week, he said that you can go 5-0, have a chance to make the Big Ten tournament. Today he said you win the next 4, you can make the Big Ten tournament. How are you balancing what you guys can still accomplish overall with this day to day through this stretch over the past couple of weeks?
Well, I mean, we just. I don't know. You go win the next game. I never thought I can win. I never went into a game thinking we're going to lose ever in my life, and I'm a little crazy. And it's not a best of 7 series. We're not playing the Lakers, right? We're playing really good teams in the Big Ten, but we only have to win a 40-minute game. And on any given night, I think. You saw that today was a great example. We played the right way, and I think if we played a lot of teams in our league tonight, we could have maybe a good outcome. So, I don't know. That's who I am. I'm a little nuttier than you, Daniel. If you wake up in the morning, you go to work, anything could happen. And you take care of the people around you, anything could happen. So, that's why I came here. We try to do this, try to figure this out, and a lot of it is a struggle. But screw it. If we're going to do it, let's try to figure it out and win. It's a good way to go through life, I think. I've had a lot of fun because of it.
In the back there.
Mike, this is your 11th game now without Puff, and you continue to adapt and continue to move this roster around. like you mentioned, Freddie and DeMarco kind of starting lineup here the first time that we've seen that. How do you continue to adapt and down the stretch these last 4 or 5 games, trying to make that final Big Ten playoff push?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I turned to the bench twice and saw Puff there, and I got mad because I wanted him to go in the game. It's just you just got to find. They don't, because somebody gets hurt, they don't cancel the game or the season. So you got to figure it out. And some days it's this guy or that guy, or you shuffle the lineup, or you take a little different approach. We really miss them. I think we all see that. But someone's got to take up that slack. Someone, and today I thought Nick played a great role, like Puff did, right? And somebody else could be on Saturday like that. And I think you just keep coaching guys up all the time, and get them ready so that they are ready. That's sort of the approach all the time. So you coach long enough, you go through a lot of injuries. It messes your team up or your plan of attack, and you just got to keep changing and figure it out.
Coach, you guys are on pace to set a record for points per game in a season. What does that mean to you and the guys in the locker room? That record has stood for
Sure
some
doesn't
years.
seem feel like it. No, I mean, today was an example. Today was an example of the offense that we want to play. This is how we want to play. This is what we want to be like. And I want all my teams and my best teams I've coached. It's a hot basketball. It's a high assist game. Different guys are scoring in different ways, and we're always attacking. I think you can score a lot of points at any level like that, and today was an example of that. So that's cool because we this is what we said from day one before I even coached my first game here. So but we got to do it. Got to do it at a consistent level, and we got to do it against the best teams in the Big Ten. That's got to be our goal.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks for
Thanks,
being here.
Coach.
Thank you.
You're not nuttier than Daniel, by the way.
Yeah, no comment.